Alright guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Well, today we bought something quite interesting. I've just had a call from one of my colleagues at work and we've bought a Suzuki Jimny convertible for just £500. I've always been a big fan of the Jimny ever since it came out in the late 90s. I remember reading a review of it in 99 maybe, the year 2000? I'm showing my age now, but I was at primary school anyway, but I remember reading this review thinking, that's such a cool thing. I've had loads of them over the years. In fact, there's one now. On a 17. They ran that first generation for years and years. What we're going for today then is an 02 model, it's called, from 2005, and it's a convertible. It's only done 63,000 miles, and it's just been part exchange against a much newer Suzuki Vitara 3-door. What's interesting about this particular car is that it's only had one owner from new. The original lady owner has just traded this in against this newer Vitara, so I'm quite excited to see it. So far, I've only seen a photograph of it. One of my colleagues was trying to value it, sent me a picture of it, and when I heard that it had only done 63,000 miles and had one owner, then I got all excited. The thing you've got to be wary of though with Jimnys is rust. They do like to rust terribly. Now this is a 2005, so it's 20 years old. So there's every chance this could be rotten underneath. But still, at £500, I can't go that far wrong. I remember buying one of these Suzuki Jimny 02s, and I did a video with it actually, and it turned out to be a complete dog. So I'm just praying this one isn't the same. I think on that previous one, it was red off the top of my head. I did a video with it and I bought a cheap type video. And then when I got it to my mechanic, I seem to remember it being completely rotten. So in the end, I think I lost a bit of money on that actually. I'm just hoping this one isn't. If it isn't, if it's solid, I was planning to service it, MOT it, see what it's like underneath, perhaps wax oil it just to prevent it rusting any further. And then hopefully there should be some profit in it for me. Prices of used Jimnys are all over the place. You can pick them up for a few £100s, or you have a look on Auto Trader and some of them are like 5 or 6 grand, so it really doesn't make sense. It's a bit of a weird market. I'm thinking though, if this is all right, if it's tidy and it's not rotten, it could easily be worth 2 grand, 2.5 grand maybe. They're just quite rare and quite sought after. They're not great to drive in the traditional sense. They're certainly not great to drive if you want something comfortable or luxurious, but they are good fun. They sort of drive like a miniature Defender. Anyway, I thought at £500, I can't go wrong really. And look, it's a windy, horrible, cold, rainy day, so perfect weather really to buy a convertible Suzuki Jimny, isn't it? We can check for leaks. Right, so we're not too far away now, so I shall go to the garage first and get the keys, or keys. I expect there'd be 2 if this is an original owner car, as I expect that both keys are there. So we'll go to the garage, pick up the keys, and I'll give you a full tour of the car. I've just got my fingers crossed that it's a nice one. Still, £500, I can't be too fussy, can I? I'm just trying to get some profit out of it, that's all. Anyway, I'll head there now and I shall pick this up shortly. See you there. Well, I've just picked up the keys from the garage. And when I say keys, that's right, it's the 2 of. So we're off to a good start. Oh, there we go, there it is. I don't like those 3-spoke wheels, but that's standard for a Jimny. Silver. It's got a soft top, which looks complete. That looks quite tidy actually. There's a dent in the driver's door, which I think would pop out. I'll have to get the lads from Dents on that. That is quite tidy. You know, for 500 quid, straight away, that does look like a little bit of a bargain. It depends what's underneath though, that's the problem with these. It could be a Flintstones car, there could be holes in the floor. We've got a Welsh Dragon sticker in the windscreen. We've got an old tax disc. It's got its original Colin Appleyard Suzuki plates. We've got fog lights on the front. That looks very tidy actually. Very tidy indeed. The wheels are in good condition. I was expecting to have to refurbish those, but they look all right. The main thing with this really is going to be the underside. See whether it's complete or not. If it's completely rotten, then this could be a scrapper, but hopefully it's not. Right, on that note, let's check the MOT history out. So as always, we'll do a car vertical check. Now, it's really important that you do one of these checks before you hand over any cash for a used car or motorbike. There's so many dodgy cars out there, I just hate for you to end up buying one. And with Car Vertical, it couldn't be easier. I'll leave the link below in the video description, but all you need to do is go to carvertical.com. I'll leave the link below in the video description, but all you need to do is go to carvertical.com and type in the reg or the VIN. Now, in this case, it is Mike Tango, so it's a Manchester car, 05 Victor Juliet Yankee, and then check vehicle. And what this does, this isn't just a UK thing, it checks database in 35 different countries. So it'll tell you if it's ever been stolen, written off, had a mileage rollback, or has outstanding finance on it. But the thing that I'm looking out for today is the MOT history, because the full car vertical report will tell us the MOT history, the ownership changes, the reg plate changes, all that sort of stuff. So it just arms you with as much information as possible. As you can see, it doesn't take long and it isn't expensive either. And it's cheaper still if you use my promo code HIGHPEAK. That's HIGHPEAK all one word, HIGHPEAK, and you save yourself 20% off each and every check that you do. And you can use that promo code time and time again. It isn't just a one-time thing, so HIGHPEAK for 20% off. I might have just timed this perfectly. We've got some ominous dark clouds over there, and it's been lashing down all morning, but right now at least, touch wood, it's dry. Okay, right, the report is ready. View reports. Okay, so it is a 2-owner car. Now I've checked the logbook and it is a husband and wife thing, so it is just one owner, but it's changed names. It is a 2005 petrol, 2005. We've got a car vertical score here, below average, so 75 out of 100. This suggests a history with some notable issues. See, it's clever this, isn't it? We've got an amber warning here for emissions. High CO2 rating of 179 grams per kilometre. That's not high. I've got an old P38 Range Rover, that's high. Everything else is clear though. All green, never been stolen, no mileage rollbacks, that's good. So, if we look at the MOT history, it's done like 2,000 or 3,000 every single year. So it's very low, this. The last one was done in June 2025. June 25 at 65,000 miles, okay. Now it's done in finance, that's good. The last scheduled maintenance was 163 miles ago. Past maintenance, this is good. Market value, see what I mean about Jimny's values? The average market value for such a vehicle is £6,000. There's no way that's worth £6,000, but some on Auto Trader are. I don't know why. Perhaps they're automatic, perhaps they're modded for off-road. It's weird, it's a weird market. So this is a 1.3, I think it's a chain-driven engine. The engines are really reliable. It's only 79 horsepower, but they feel quite nippy. They are good fun to drive if you're in the right mood. If you're not, then they're just annoying. Let's go down to the most recent MOT then. So its most recent MOT was in June this year. So it was inspected, but there are a few advisory items here. Near side reg plate lamp inoperative. Off-site rear position lamp slightly affected by the operation of another lamp. Don't know what that means. Windscreen damage, but not adversely affecting the driver's view. Large chip. Okay, that's neither here nor there. Brake pipe corroded, covered in grease or other materials. That's not the end of the world. Some corrosion on front to rear fuel pipe. Okay, we'll check, see how bad that is. Offside front seat runner stiff. That's a weird advise. And then general surface corrosion under vehicle. That's not too bad then, really. It's better than I was expecting. So we've got an MOT till June. And it's a one-owner, well, 2 owners, but 1 owner basically. 1 owner car, that's pretty good going really. And it looks very tidy. Like I say, apart from a door dent, the roof's kind of, I don't know whether it's been fitted correctly, but it's peeling slightly. That might need a little bit of attention. Let's go and have a look closer then, shall we? Right then, let's have a look. Like I say, we've got both keys. They're not remote locking. They're quite basic cars, the Jimny. It's just a standard old-fashioned blade key. And yeah, there we go. They're quite cute little cars, aren't they, really? Very small. Straight away then, these are the door dents I was telling you about. Can't really see too well in the wet, but there's a little one there and a slightly big one there, but they will pop out. So I'm not concerned about that. Let's look at the tyres then. We've got a Bridgestone Jeweler on about 4 mil of tread. That's quite chunky. If you look at the underside, this does want... It wants sealing really, just to protect it. It doesn't look bad particularly, but I think we can neaten this up, make it last a little bit longer. This roof needs a bit of attention. These press studs, I mean it's all green and stuff for a start. These press studs look a bit rotten. This all wants cleaning and then sticking back down, doesn't it? Not a bad example though, this really. Quite tidy. Underneath, let's have a look. From what I can see, it doesn't look bad, but we need to get it up on a ramp, I think. that's the only way to check this out. We've got to get it to my mechanics, get it up on the ramp and see how rusty it really is. Again, it's sort of lifted a little bit there, hasn't it, which is weird. Is that normal or not? Got some life under there, haven't we? Plants growing. I think that's where the aerial should be, so it's obviously snapped. That's the chip in the windscreen. That's not too bad. What else? What have we got up front? Then we've got a Hankook. That is on about 5mm of tread. That's a good tyre. Wheels, there's a little bit of corrosion there, but nothing that I'd do. On a car of this age, that's tidy enough. I've seen far worse. Up front's quite tidy. Headlamps are good, don't need a buff. Original plates. There is a chip there that's rusted. So we can get some silver touch-up paint and touch that in. You can make this very tidy, really. Very tidy. We've got a Bridgestone jeweler on this side. That doesn't match. But it's on about 5mm of tread. Then on this side, we've got another Bridgestone jeweler. There's a little bit of scuffage. There's some scuffage here on the back bumper corner. And again, the underside just wants protecting, just before it gets any worse. That's the thing with these cars, because they rust, you've got to be so careful. If you look after them and wax oil them regularly, then they're okay, but most people don't. I think this one's only saving grace, really, or the fact that this one's been saved is, well, maybe I'm speaking a bit prematurely. I think because this one's done so, such low mileage, just hasn't been used. So hopefully that means we've still got some chassis there. It's not all rotten. Got a central lock in there. Right. We've got a seat cover in place, protecting a mint seat. Look at that. It's like new. That's a good sign. It's a very good sign. How do we... I need to take these seat covers off then. It's all very clean though, this. Very clean. With a proper valet, it's probably never had one. With a proper valet, this would come up looking like new, I think. If we look in the back... Let's check the boot floor here. Well, that's all right. It's not rusty. They do tend to rust there, and there's no rust there whatsoever. This could well have been parked under a carport or something, just to protect it a little bit. That was always a bit of a poor design. Just wants some attention, doesn't it? It's lifted there again, but I don't know if that's normal or not. It doesn't look it, does it? But I mean, you can't see into the inside because you've got that other bit there. Now on this side, again, it's all very, very clean and tidy. No rust. So that's good. Glove compartment there. We've got the CD player. Someone's taken the fascia off it. We've got some pennies. Just needs a very good old clean. In here then we've got the service book. Let me just make sure I'm not revealing anyone's name there. So, where's the service book? Oh, that's the breakdown cover. Hang on a second. Breakdown booklet. Warranty and service book. Here we go. This is a mild silver metallic. 2005, first registered on the 9th of June, 2005. Oh, look at this history. So, first stamp at 5,000 miles, Colin Appleyard, Suzuki. Then it went to a place called Curtis Autos in Stockport. 11,000, 16,000, 19,000, 21, 23, 25, 26. Oh, there's more. 28, 32, 37, 40. Oh no, that's a different one. Is that it? Last done at 40 then. Is there any more? Oh, I've just seen some more stamps. Right. 44, 47, 50, 52, 55, 58. 58,000 miles, that was in June 23, where it had a full service at a place called Vehicle Electrical Services. Oh, I've used those before. They're pretty decent, actually. We've got some more service history. We've got all the old MOTs here. This is a rare find, this. This is very rare, to find everything like this. Oh, we've got more bills. More bills. We've got all the old tax reminders. This is exactly what you want to see. Oh, it had another service here. When was this? When was this? Oh, June this year. It had an oil change, so a minor service, and an MOT. That was done on the 6th of the 6th, 25. Before that in 24, so I just need to get the book stamped. Before that in 24 it had an MOT and some new wiper blades. And it also had exhaust centre pipe and some gaskets. That's good then. Well, it's got impeccable history then, hasn't it, this? Impeccable. What's my seat like under here? Yeah, it's like new again. It's like new. Let's have a look under the bonnet then. See how bad the rust is. Where is it? Where's the pull? There's the bonnet pull on a Suzuki Jimny. There's the fuel door, which is there. Am I being dumb? Ah, yes. You know what, as I was rooting around under the floor there, something just came back to me. It's been years since I've looked under the bonnet on these, but I just had a vague memory of it being in the glove box. A little bit of surface rust there, then but not too bad. Something splattered here. We either had a burst pipe or something. That looks a bit messy, doesn't it? Where's my bonnet stay? Hang on. Right, let's have a look at this then. So, a little bit of corrosion down there, not too bad. I mean, for a 20-year-old Japanese car, it's not bad at all, this really. I'm more concerned about why it's so messy. There's been a big explosion under here of coolant, or I don't know. That wasn't what I was expecting to see, really, on a low mileage, full service history car like this. My guess is that some pipes perished, and then it's just splattered everywhere. I guess that's what it would be. I can't think of anything else. Oil looks like new. Oh, it is a timing belt. So timing belt fitted, 26,711 on the 6th of the 6th, 13. So it's had a new belt. I thought they were chain driven, these. The oil filter looks quite new there. Look down there. All my levels are decent. That's weird then. We need to get this down to my mechanic for an inspection. Let's fire up then, shall we? This is very, very snug. Oh, right. You know that the advisory item about the seat runner being stiff. Well, it's not so much stiff as seized. Oh dear. Yeah, that's not budging at all. And whoever drove this last was a little bit shorter than me. So I'm sitting very close to the wheel here. It's done 66,300 miles. This little 1.3 litre four-cylinder engine always sounds far beefier and far meatier than it really is. Right, let's get this heater on because it's a bit chilly today. Okay, so we've got the four-wheel drive gears there, from 2 high, 4 low. A little bit of mould in places where it's been sitting. This will clean up though, I'm convinced. It'll clean up quite nicely, I reckon. Got half a tank of fuel. Right, I think we need to take this for a spin, don't we? As awkward as this is while I'm sitting 2 inches away from the dash. See what I mean about sitting close to the dash? This is ridiculous. Right, let's get this little Jimmy on the road, shall we? Clutch feels good. Steering feels good. My exhaust isn't blowing. There's no belt noise or anything, we're all quiet. Solid over the bumps. We've got no warning lights on, which is good. This seat is very annoying though. Why won't it? It's just jammed. There might be something jammed in it. I've had it before where there's like someone's dropped a biro pen on the seat runner so it just won't go back. Could be something like that, couldn't it? Well, this drives like every other Jimny I've ever driven. It's rough. You feel all the bumps. You sort of bounce around in it. My indicator's on the opposite side, like an old British car. It feels very nice though. There's quite a lot of noise though in it, thanks to this fabric top. You hear everything. You can hear every drop of rain that's splattering on the roof. But we're doing all right. Clutch isn't slipping. I'm just keeping my eye on this temp gauge because I don't know what all that splatter was under the bonnet. But the levels look good, so I'm not overly concerned. There was no mayonnaise under the filler cap. The oil looked nice and clean. And these aren't known for head gaskets. I've never heard of that before, so don't think it's that. I'll just keep my eye on the temp gauge anyway, though. Like I say, it was probably just a perished pipe. They were rubber, but over time they perish. I wish I could sit further back, like, I don't know, 4 inches, 6 inches, that'd do. But apart from that, try the horn. Yeah, that works. Window works on the driver's side. It's a bit, works on that side as well. It is a bit like an old Defender, this. You've got no room for your elbow at all. They're just quirky, I like them. I don't quite know why they're worth so much money, really. Like I said, if this was an automatic, it could be worth 5 or 6 grand. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Well, there are a few jobs to do on it, aren't there? I need to get it to my mechanics first and make sure it's okay. Get it up on the ramp and make sure it's not rotten. And then I think we shall completely wax oil the underside just to protect it, as long as it's okay. What else? We'll give it a service. In fact, no, we don't need to, do we? Or do we? I can't remember the history. I need to refresh my memory. Was it done? Was it just done? I think it was just done. I don't think we need to service this then, do we? I'll check, because I'm a bit of a sieve brain today. Can't remember. Was it done in June this year? If it was, I won't bother. If it was June last year, I'll give it a fresh one. We'll see what it's like. I mean, really, this doesn't need an MOT, does it? It's already got one until next June. We'll see. We'll get it up on the ramp and see what sort of state it's in. This could be a very straightforward little turnaround, this. I'll get the dents popped on the door, give it a very good valet, get it all wax oiled and sealed, check it over, see if we can clean up any of those advisory items on the last one, and then sell it sort of as it is. It's a 20-year-old little Jimny. They have a really good following, these. People love them. I can see why. I wouldn't want it to be my only car, but I can see why. There's a bit of a toy car, a bit of a second car. They are quite cool. Gearbox is fine. It's changing gears nicely. You can tell this has been looked after. You really can. It just needs a little bit of TLC, which is fine because that's what I'm used to. We can deal with that. This drives very nice actually for a Jimny. It's an important caveat, that actually. Well, my temp gauge has now got up to midway, so that's fine. As long as it doesn't get any higher. I'm gonna have to fix this seat runner as well, aren't I? Otherwise, I can only sell it to somebody, I don't know, Tom Cruise maybe? Somebody short. This is all right though, really. Wiper blades are good. I don't think I'll bother doing that chip in the windscreen because it's no big deal, that really, as long as it's not an MOT fail. Yeah, this is all right. I'm quite pleased. In fact, very pleased. That red one was far worse than this. Do you remember that? That was a complete dog. That was rotten, the paintwork was bad. Can't remember how much that one was, but I think it was about the same figure as this. So in comparison, this is a bit of a bargain. Check my mirrors work, which they do. That's all good. Well, I'm quite pleased. I think the interior isn't a concern at all. Once I fix this seat runner and giving it a proper valet, it's a nice car. I'll get rid of the attached disc holder, I think, and as well as the Wales flag. And then just give it a good old tidy up and clean. That's fine. I'll get rid of the mould on the top of the roof there. That's no problem. We'll get it all cleaned up. Cosmetically then, this isn't bad at all. Like I say, my main concern is the rust underneath, which we can have a look at. And yeah, get the roof looking a bit better. Try and fasten it down properly as it should. Someone's got a fun little car here, haven't they then? Okay. Leave this with me then, because there's no point talking about budgets and potential profit and stuff, because I really don't know enough about this car. If it needs a load of welding underneath, then it's not worth doing. But if it's okay, then there could be some decent profit in it. But like I said, there's no point even having that conversation yet, because I don't know. It's all just speculation at this point. So, right, I'm going to get this to my mechanics, get it up on the ramp, see what it's like, and I shall have an update for you very soon. I just hope I don't have an accident in this while I'm sitting 2 inches away from the windscreen. Literally, if I got any closer, my nose would be touching it. Right, I'll have an update for you very soon. Cheers, guys. And we're back in my little Suzuki Jimny. Look at this. You ready? Whee! Forwards, backwards. Better stop doing that while I'm driving, hadn't I? But you'd be pleased to see the seat runner is now working perfectly. After we last spoke, I took this down to my mechanic for an inspection. I also asked them to wax oil the underside just to protect it from any further rust, and I asked them to fix the seat runner. As I predicted, the seat runner was simply blocked. There was a piece of plastic in the runner which prevented it from sliding forwards or backwards. They simply removed that, and now we've got a fully functional driver's seat. Later that day, they got it up on the ramp to inspect it, and it was pretty much just as I thought. Am I neutral or not? No, I'm in fifth. They are quite sloppy, these cars. There was a little bit of surface rust in various places, as you'd expect on a 20-year-old Japanese car, but overall, there was nothing there too serious. There was nothing structural and nothing sinister, so I was quite pleased about that. So they sprayed a load of Schultz or Schutz or whatever it's called underneath. It's like thick black stuff that just protects it from getting eaten away by rust. So that was done. They also did a lights and levels check just to make sure that everything was working as it should. And it was. So I've had a bit of a result here with this car. As I expected really from a low mileage, one owner car from new, it was pretty decent. Went down to my mechanics the next day to pick it up, and from there I wanted to get it all cleaned up. If you remember, it was covered in moss and mould and it just looked pretty sad really. So I took it to the guys at Tameside Detailing. I asked them to remove the seat covers and just give it a really good detail and valet. 24 hours later, now take a look at it. It looks really good. They've done a really good job. It's now nice and bright and shiny. I'm looking out over my bonnet and I can see the reflection of the sky. The very dull grey sky. But still, it's got a nice shine to it. Everywhere you looked before was covered in cobwebs and moss and mould and just looked gross. But now it's nice and presentable. And look at the interior. The seats have cleaned up like new. I mean, this has obviously had seat covers on it from the day it left the showroom. Because these seats look, well, they're in excellent condition, as are the carpets. So I'm really pleased with this. There's one more job that I need to do, and that's the dents on the driver's door. I just haven't had time to finish it. But I'm going to ask the lads from Dents to come up to the garage, because I've got a couple of cars for them to look at. So I'll see if they can pop those dents out, and it should be nice and tidy, really. I've just got to do a couple of paint touch-ins when we get back to the garage, then I can photograph it and advertise it. And I was looking at Auto Trader, and I think I'm going to advertise this for 2495. At 2495, it would give me a very healthy profit margin. And also at 2495, it's a free advert. You see, I pay for, I think, 40 adverts with Auto Trader, but I think it's actually unlimited. You get an unlimited number of cars under 2495 or under 2.5 grand for free. So I think at 2495, I won't pay for an advert, and hopefully it'll sell quite quickly. I think the fact that this isn't rotten, it's got really good service history and really good ownership records, I think it's worth 2.5 grand really. Maybe, we'll see. I can always reduce it if it sticks. But 2.5 grand, it would give me, I'm not sure exactly how much profit, but we'll park up in my favourite little scenic spot and we'll go through my bills and we'll work out exactly how much profit I should get. My spend though on this isn't that high. I mean, if you remember, I paid £500 for the car in parts exchange. The bill at my mechanics was only a couple hundred quid. The bill at Tameside Detailing was only, well, less than 100. And that's about it. I haven't put any fuel in because we already had half a tank. Oh, the dents. The dents are going to cost me maybe 60, 70 pounds. But yeah, I didn't bother changing the red plates because they're the original Suzuki plates. Quite a cheap little turnaround, this one. There we go. It just looks right up here, this little Jimny, doesn't it? In this bucolic setting. Right, knock off the old engine, get my calculator out. Okay then, we'll start off with my purchase price of £500. Then the bill at my mechanics was, let me get my bill up, hang on a second. So, under seal car and general check over, that was £186.20. 186.20. Then we've got the cost of the valet. Let me just find my receipt for this. That was £90. That's all good. What else? What else? What else? The dents. I can't really include this because I haven't spent the money yet, but that should be about £60 plus VAT. So 72. Give or take. That might not be accurate, but just gives me an idea, doesn't it? And that's about it. I found the fascia for the stereo. That's on my desk at work. That's fine. That's it, I think, isn't it? Yeah, okay. So this little 20-year-old Suzuki Jimny owes me £848.20. So just shy of £850. So worst case, if it's stuck, I mean, I could advertise this at £19.95 and I'd still be making £1,000. Or 1,100 actually. That's pre-tax, pre-VAT, all that stuff, pre-advertising costs. It isn't £1,000 in my pocket to go and buy whatever I want with. It doesn't work like that, sadly. But still, that's a great profit margin and a great return on a very small outlay. So I'd be over the moon if I could get my my £2,000 or 2,495 or whatever it may be. And someone is getting a decent car, really. Loads of history, very tidy. It's a half decent thing. So I think that is about it. I didn't bother doing a service or MOT, which you might think is a little bit lazy of me, but it was just done in the summer, like 3 months ago. So there's no point spending money where I don't really need to. There's no point wasting another £250 on a serviced MOT when it's only done 100 miles since its last one. Just seemed a bit pointless, really. So yeah, no massive overspend on this occasion. Anyway, I'm going to get this back to work now and write my advert and take some photographs. So I shall see you next time. So thank you once again for watching. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done already. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. I'll leave the links below. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Cheers, guys.